Hey, good morning, everybody. Hey, so some of you guys know that I've been involved with the 90-day challenge. Started on January 1st, 2018, and I guess I should introduce myself for those of you who are just looking at this and don't know me. My name is Joshua Milan, and I live in Lehi, Utah. And it is snowing today. We got a good couple inches out there. It's freezing too. But so we're staying inside. It's President's Day. You know, kids aren't going to school, so we're just going to hang out and chillax all day. So I'm just going to share with you just a brief kind of summary of what this 90-day challenge has done so far. I did another post that you probably should watch first. I think it was my first 30 days. I'm not sure exactly when. I probably need to look it up just to... so I know what I'm talking about, right? But I lost like 23 pounds in January. And it wasn't all about the weight. It was about, the transformation, the habits, what we put in ourselves, what we become, what we want to manifest in our lives, upgrading our frequencies, being happier, having better relationships. I mean, all these things happen when we start to change certain things in our lives. And, little things done every single day over time turn into gigantic wins, and bad things, even though they're little things done over time, turn into super bad things in the long run. And, I've had a few things in my life that sort of reappear all the time. And I'm like, why is this happening again? Even though I'm doing things a little bit differently, the same result still happened, bad stuff still happened. And then, at some point it just started going boom, 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 boom. And then life was just, telling me, God was telling me, everything was telling me that, hey man, you need to freaking figure it out because we keep hitting you hard and you're not listening and you got to change some stuff. So, over this last year, we've done this massive, learning. In fact, over the last 10 years, we've done a lot of learning on a lot of different things. So we know a lot of stuff, but we haven't really put into practice all that we know. And so now that we have everything together, and I don't recommend doing it that way, I recommend putting things into practice, once you learn them, instead of building them up. So like we have this big gigantic library now, and now we're putting it into effect. Totally the wrong way to do it. We could have avoided a lot of bad stuff if we'd have just done this a long time ago. Anyways, and I'll do a little side note on that. We did for like 2 years of the last 10 years, we were like super awesome, and our lives were super awesome too. So I don't know how we forgot that once we stopped doing that, things started to go south, and yeah, it was, I don't know, it's, we all make mistakes, right? And that's what everything is. Don't beat yourself up for mistakes. Don't, I learned for me that, I was beating myself up. I thought I was being the victor by doing certain things, but really I was being the victim, and there was just a lot of stuff that I didn't need to happen. So, before I go off onto like 1,000 tangents, I'm like the tangent king, scope creeper, tangent king, whatever you want to call it. So, I just wanted to kind of say, hey, why am I doing this challenge? So I wrote down a few things, and this morning when I was listening to this guy who's on Instagram and YouTube and everything, I'm trying to remember his name, but I can't, but I know it's Infinite Waters, because he always goes, Infinite Waters, peace. And he always talks about his badass prana and breathing it in, which is, pretty cool. And then when he hits a certain point, like I'll do it in a second, and you'll see what I'm saying. It's kind of funny. But, excuse me. So, anyways, I think that the things that really hit me today, and the reason why I'm doing this 90-day challenge is, to repair the misperceptions that I have about myself. And, I think it's so powerful to understand, A, what we're misperceiving about ourselves, and B, that we can change it, that it's all just programming. I'm a coder, I'm a programmer, and, excuse me, I've got my hibiscus tea water that I'm drinking today. And just so you know, side note, yeah, tangent. I just soak the leaves. I don't boil. I don't like to boil my teas. Some teas that you have to kind of get the stuff out. But regular water will just leach out the stuff too. So try that first, just so you get all the good stuff. Okay, anyways, back to repair the misperceptions about myself, right? So body, mind, spirit, and energy. Those things are so important. Once we start realizing that they're all connected, some people say, oh, I'm just going to go on a diet so I can lose some weight. It's going to come right back. It's not going to stay off because you've only attacked one thing and you haven't made it a habit. So unless you make it a habit and actually change your lifestyle, it's not going to work. It's just it may actually hurt you worse than it helps you, because once you're off the diet, your body's like, oh, it's free for all. Now I want all this stuff. I'm gonna reward myself for being awesome, and kind of catches you off guard. And the mind. I've done this a lot of times where you go and you do this cool self-help whatever. You read a book, you go to a seminar, you go to training, you do these things. You start doing it for a while, and you start training yourself, and you start doing it, and you start experiencing some awesome stuff, and then it's like, oh, well, whatever we were going for didn't happen, so I'm now depressed, for a minute, and, I'm going to go into self-loathing, and it's like you do that for one day, and it can last for a long time, and I'm saying this from my own personal experience. I'm not talking about anybody else out there. And so, I think that, consistency and persistency, the great Jeff Olson, Jim Rohn, even Arnold Schwarzenegger, and all these guys out there, Michael McLean, talk about being consistent and persistent with the things that we want in our life. If we don't change ourselves, guess what, guys? Our lives are not going to change. In fact, our life's shown that if we don't change ourselves, then our life's going to keep hitting us real hard until we freaking go, hey, okay, I give up, or I'm giving in, right? Or I'm going to fight and keep it going. And we're sort of fighters. And so, like in a good way, we'll fight for what's right? To party. Work hard, play hard, right? Anyways, so, and even spiritual, there's a lot of people out there that, hey, this is my wife. Yeah, she's coming in. You can't really see her because the camera's in the way. But looks like I got a thingy in the mail, so she's going to hand it to me. Okay, thanks. So, back to the spirit thing. Gotta love these live videos, right? Back to the spirit thing. If you're an atheist, believe there's a God, that's fine. That's your thing. I think that's still a religion in its own. It's a belief. You don't really know. Nobody really knows. There are people that know because they said they saw him, or people that know because they talked with him, or they talked with Jesus, they talked with Buddha, or Allah, or, the Hare Krishna guy, or whatever. People talk to these guys, and I think we got to really pay attention when they write it down and it's preserved for all time. And sure, some things change. I think that's where we can use our mind and, our inspiration and just focusing on it to see what's real. Because there's a lot of baloney out there. But there's a lot of truth out there too. And we have so much information available to us at any second of any day from any place on earth that I think we're smart enough that we can figure out what's real. And I think the biggest thing is to remove our biases, remove all the things we've ever learned, and really start, seeing what makes sense. And if it makes sense to you, awesome, rock on, go be on with your bad self. And as long as I think that we're all striving to help people and striving to, make ourselves better, because we can't make somebody else better. That's their choice, right? But we can be a good example. We can do our thing. And that's really why I'm doing this, as far as the video thing. Because, I didn't really want to go and share all my deep, dark stuff, and maybe I'm being more positive than what it really been, but, it's been pretty bad. And I'm doing this because I know there's people out there that have been in our situation, that have gone through a lot of the stuff that we've gone through and are trying to figure out how to get out of it. And I'm telling you, health is number one. Because if you don't have your health, you don't have anything. Health makes you, if you have bad health, it makes you tired, it makes you, groggy, it makes your perception weak, it makes you weak in every single way. Body, mind, spirit, energy, everything, all of it, bad. And so, and our perceptions just say like, oh, well, it's all going to hell, so, why try, right? And you might try a few things, but it doesn't, fix everything. Like, we've got some pill poppers in the family and people that just listen to the medical world for all their solutions and, try all these potions and lotions and pills and crap, that really don't do jack. But, because it's I'm not going to say anything because then they'll know who I'm talking about. But anyways, I'm just saying there are ways to figure out what's optimal for you and what's a bunch of baloney and filled with crap. And so even though some ingredients are good and the rest are bad, guess what? It's bad. So go to the health store. 90% of the stuff in there is bad for you. Go to the main grocery store. Pretty much all of it's bad for you except maybe the produce, which still has bad stuff. Organic is better. I'm sorry. All you guys who say it doesn't matter, it does. What it's grown in matters. How it's grown matters. Even though there's pesticides, they're still not as bad as the commercial ones. They are healthier. And so, whatever. That's our own thing. That's my thing. That's my take on it. And so, and I've really learned that I want to help people. I want to help people find, solutions to their problems. I want to be a shoulder. I want to be an ear. I want to help speak things in your lives, in their lives, whoever's lives, into existence just by offering support and empathic connections and intentionally being genuine with someone. And so that's what I want to do, and I think that's pretty much. I know I just said I think, which means I haven't decided, but I have decided. I want to do this as what I do. This is what I do. This is who I am. Food coach, health coach. Somebody who can be there for somebody. All that stuff. I don't know what the thing is. The therapeutic nutritional counselor is what the certification thing title. So, anyways, sorry, I know this is getting long. So, I'll try to make the rest quick, but that's what I want to do. That's what this 90-day challenge is helping me figure out. It's helping me figure out who I am and what I want to be and what I want to do. So, if I can't help myself, how can I help anybody else? People are going to look at me and go, yeah, dude, your life sucks. Sort of don't want to do whatever you're doing because you're weird, And I know I'm different than a lot of people, but my intentions I think are good. And, I really do truly love everybody that I meet, even people that have done wrong to me or whatever. I forgive all those guys, all those people, family members, parents, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's all negative energy. I don't need to hold on to it. And so, energy is everything. We're made of energy. Everything we look around is made of energy. Everything's held together by certain forces, whatever. Maybe we just live, in some kind of matrix where it's literally like the Matrix, because if everything's energy, then everything's in motion, right? Everything has a certain vibration, and we can modify it, right? Maybe. I don't know. That'd be cool. Hey, let's levitate this camera right now so we can put it right there and have a hold there. I don't know. Is there a way to do that? So, what we eat, drink, and drink changes who we are. What we watch or see, changes who we are. What we allow into our environment changes who we are. And, we have to ask ourselves a question. Is our environment serving us? Is it, is what we allow in our environment and in all those different areas, does it serve us for the better? Does it make us a better person? Or does it just, kind of serve the purpose of, I'm angry right now, so I'm listening to angry music. Or I'm sad right now, so I'm going to eat some bonbons and some ice cream and some pizza and some whatever and then feel like crap after, So you feel like crap, so you eat some stuff for a temporary awesomeness, which I love chocolate. Chocolate's awesome. Popcorn's really good too. And, there's some things that I really like, but after I get done eating them, man, I totally feel like crap, especially after cleaning myself out and getting more healthy. And it tastes different now, So, anyways, all that matters. All that modifies our energy. All that, changes our perceptions about who we are. We have to speak our truth. This is my truth. It's been my truth for a long time. as far as where I wanted to go and what I wanted to do and who I wanted to be and what I wanted to eat and all this stuff. And I let all this other crap get in the way. And that's all it is crap. It's all temporary. Everything is temporary. Our situation right now sucks. If I want to look at it that way. But I prefer to look at it, as like, hey, we are at ground zero. We have everywhere to go and nothing to lose. Literally. And so what am I going to do? Am I going to go back into previous habits or previous jobs or previous whatever, so that way, I can feel like a man because I'm providing for my family? And I know there's a lot, to say about that, because that's my job, right? My job is the provider, right? Okay, feminists, don't freak out, okay? You can be a provider too. But, or ladies, or whoever. Whatever you want to be, okay? I love y'all. I don't care. But, so, but I have to really, really think about where my passion, and my passion is not in what I've done in the past. My passion is what I'm doing now and what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. Who I'm going to become. Who we become is what our lives turn into. The people around us change when we change our lives for the good or not, Whatever direction we want to go, up, down, sideways, left, right, those are the kind of people that are going to be attracted, and I prefer to use the term manifested into our own reality. Because our own reality is based off of our own perspective. It's based off of our own perception of, who we are and what we are. If I consistently say, there's no money in my bank account today, and I consistently say, oh, this sucks, my clients aren't paying me, or, oh, this is awful that we're living with, my in-laws because I'm sort of the outlaw and we don't really mesh well, even though we sort of sarcastically banter back and forth, and I love them. I do. I'm grateful for them, and I'm grateful for everything that we have. I'm grateful for everything we don't have too. A lot of baggage sucks with a lot of junk. So, which I'm also getting rid of all the time. And anyways, I just kind of wanted to say those things. I didn't want this to go this long, but I kind of feel like saying this stuff. So, I think that another reason for this 90-day challenge is that I wanted to be able to do the physical things that I've always wanted to do and haven't been able to do for quite a long time. So I would play basketball 2 days a week, Tuesdays and Thursday mornings, and I'd get done, and I would sometimes feel really good, but most of the time I just hurt. My knees hurt, my feet hurt, back hurts, whatever hurts, everything hurts, right? And so, I was like, oh, I'm just getting older, so things are hurting more. It's like once I turned 40, I was like, wow, this is real. And once you hit 40, you're just, it's all downhill from here. And everything's hurting more and taking longer to repair. And really, all it was just the things that I was putting in my body and in my mind and my environment. That's what was taking me down. It didn't have anything to do with being 40. By the time I'm 50, I want to feel like I'm 30, okay? By the time let's just say 42. I'm 41 now, so by the time I'm 42 in October, I want to feel like I'm 30, and I want to stay there, because I actually kind of liked 30 a little bit, but I really like 20, and so that's how I want to feel. I want to feel like, all right, and I want to do that now. I don't want to wait. I want to do that now, and the only way I could do that is changing my mind, changing my habits, changing my spirit, changing my energy, which all changes my body. Bad stuff can't live in a good environment. That's just the way it is. Darkness doesn't exist in light. Acidic stuff, which is most of the standard American diet, which is the SAD diet. All that's acidic. All that processed junk, all this stuff. Even some things we think are healthy is acidic, and so acidity cannot exist in an alkaline environment. End of story. And so, which causes inflammation, by the way, all that acid stuff that we eat. Sorry, meat eaters, that's acidic. Doesn't matter what kind it is, it's acidic. Some are better than others, but, you know, I'm not saying anything bad about eating meat. I'm just saying, that I prefer a plant-based diet because it's all alkaline. It's all bioavailable for our cells, our nutrition. Karen, from Karen's Energy, talks about, she's the cell chick, and she's freaking awesome, by the way. Google her. And I always mix up her last name, so I hesitated. But I think it's Urbanek, or Urbanek. I think Karen. Anyways, look her up. She's got some great stuff. And Robert Cassar is another really great one. And he talks about a lot of really cool stuff. And some of them, talk about some things you may not agree with, but there's a lot of health information in there. Look them up. So, dang it, I went way over my time. Sorry. I'll make this quick. If you've lasted with me this long, thank you so much. Sorry about if I've done any rambling, and I also realize I need to stop saying sorry and apologizing. So, I'm not sorry. I just want to share this information. I want to share me, okay? This is me. This is who I am. This is who I'm becoming. This is not who I'm becoming. This is who I am. I am is the most powerful phrase you'll ever say to yourself. Say, I am sick, be sick. If you say, I am poor, you'll stay poor. You'll be poor. If you say, I'm pathetic, you'll be pathetic. If you say, I'm whatever, you'll be that. I'll be that. I don't want to say those things anymore. I don't want to have those kind of thoughts. And so, self-correction is huge. And that's what I'm putting into practice in this 90-day challenge. It's a big, gigantic list of things that I'm doing. And I start with one, and I add one, and then I add more, and I add more, and add more. And everything I listen to and everything I learn every single morning, I add more to it. Okay? And so, don't get overwhelmed. If you want to start doing some of this stuff, just start with one thing. One simple thing. And if I were to say, what's that one simple thing? I would say drink 32 ounces of clean, pure, filtered, at least reverse osmosis water in the morning, every single day when you wake up. First thing, get out of bed, bam, drink that water. That's the most important thing. If you throw some lemon in it, that's even better. That'll help alkalize your body. It'll help energize you, and over time, that makes a big difference. Anyways, and also, another goal of mine was to improve the quality of life indefinitely. This is not a temporary thing. I don't want to just fit into my clothes that I wore, 10, 15 years ago, in a long time. I want to do that, by the end of this 90 days. So by March 1st. Okay. Not March 1st. April 1st. Okay. I almost got a little nervous there. I was like, wait a second. So, anyways, and that's kind of what I wanted to say. And I heard a quote by Jim Carrey this morning that says, risk in being seen in all your glory. Risk in being seen in all your glory. And so that's what I'm doing. I am risking being seen and, whatever. I hope there's a whole lot of positivity that comes out of this. This helps me, kind of practice my word and who I am, and helps those that are watching this understand where I want to go, and where I think we all can go. I mean, if everybody did this, guys, around the world, around the country, in our communities, in our family, do you have any idea the amount of hate that would disappear? Do you have any idea the amount of shootings that would go away that are done by people and not the government? You know what I'm saying? Okay, I know some of you know what I'm saying. And, so many things would disappear. All the BS out there would go away. It would literally be just, that utopia that people want and crave, and create weird societies to try and create and force those things. We could actually naturally create it. That'd be kind of cool, right? So, anyways, I'm out. I'm up to like 25 minutes, and sorry, this went way long. But that's my morning minute times 25. Anyways, Joshua Milan. You can check out my website if you want at joshuamilan.com. You can also go to Facebook, friend me at facebook.com/ don't forget the ooh-ah. And ooh-ah is spelled O-O-A-H, because a lot of people like to call me Josh. And I don't really hear that, and I don't even like it at all. And so I do prefer the ooh-ah. Okay? It's not an army thing, even though I was in there for a minute. It's just, I like it. So call me ooh-ah. I don't care. But Joshua is my name. And you can also find me at Instagram at Instagram.com/don't forget the ooh. I'd love to connect with you. I'd love to hear your story and follow you and follow your journey. This is all a journey. We're all together. We all live in this awesome world and on this plane of existence that is as far as the eye can see. And there's this guy, that guy that I told you, Infinite Waters. He always goes, peace. Oh, and I forgot to tell you the thing that he does. When he finds a moment and he has a good inspirational thought, he goes, slow motion to side. So this is a shout out to you, man, if you're watching. But take care. Peace out. Love you guys. Have a great day. And have fun. I always say try not to have too much fun, but freaking have fun. All right? Hasta luego. Or hasta la vista, baby.